Hello everyone, today we're going to be solving equations that have fractions involved. So my advice is, when solving equations, I want you to place brackets around the top of any fraction you see. This will make sense in a minute. So when solving equations, we follow the order of SADMIB, which is just backwards BIMDAS, and we know that brackets are always solved last. So by adding brackets to the top of a fraction, we know to solve that bit last. For example, we have this equation here. X plus 2 divided by 5 equals negative 3. Now, because I have a fraction, what I'm going to do, just for my safety, I'm going to put some brackets around the top. Now, all these brackets do is just remind me that I will solve the brackets last. So, if I'm going to solve the brackets last, I have to get rid of everything outside of the brackets first. So let's actually work out this problem. So if we see a fraction over here, I suggest you put brackets around the top. Now these brackets are just a reminder to us, do it last, because it's the last letter of SADMIB. So the only thing I can get rid of is this divide by 5. So if we go through our steps, there's no subtraction or addition to do, but we can get rid of this divide by 5 by timesing by 5 on both sides. As we know, timesing by 5 and dividing by 5 will cancel out, giving me just x plus 2. And on the right, negative 3 times 5 is negative 15. Now, there's no multiplication on the outside, there's no indices, so we just come to the brackets now. So there's nothing more to do outside the brackets, so we can just finally remove those brackets. So those brackets are just there for safety, they're just there to help us and remind us to do the top of the fraction last. So now, all I need to do is just follow the steps of SADMIB again. The only thing to get rid of is this plus 2. So I'm going to take 2 from the left, take 2 from the right, and we get our final answer of negative 17. Now we can check our answer on the left just to make sure it's all working fine. And by substituting it in, you can see that the left equals the right, so we must have the right answer. Okay, here's another example. We've got 3x divided by 5 plus 4 equals 10. So there's multiple steps to this question here. Now before we do anything, my suggestion is if you see a fraction, let's just put brackets around the top. This is just for safety. We know not to touch the top. So all we're doing, we're just saying to ourselves, we are not going to touch the top of this fraction until everything else has been removed. So let's move along. There was no subtraction to get rid of, but there was a plus 4. So we're going to take 4 from the left and take 4 from the right. This cancels out the left, so we're just left with 3x over 5, and on the right, 10 take 4 is 6. So we can cross that off. Now, again, to get rid of this divide by 5, we need to times both sides by 5. So we're left with 3x equals 30. And now, because there's nothing more to do, we can finally get rid of the brackets, reset our steps, and now all I need to do is divide both sides by 3. This will leave us with x equals 10. And again, always a good idea to check your answer, substitute the numbers in, and the left equals the right, so we're looking good. Okay guys, here's a question I'd love you to try. Please pause the video and give it a go. Okay, the first thing I would do with this question is to put brackets around the top, just as a reminder to ourselves not to touch the top until we get rid of anything else. So the only thing we can get rid of is that divide by 2 by timesing both sides by 2. This will leave us with 3a plus 7. Now I know there's nothing else outside these brackets, there's no more operations, so really, just to skip ahead, I don't need the brackets anymore, I can take them away. And on the right we end up with 34. Now it's just a normal equation to solve, so the next thing we'd want to get rid of, following SADMIB, would be the plus 7. So we're going to take 7 from both sides. This leaves us with 3a equals 27. And finally, to get rid of a 3 times a, we divide both sides by 3. So our final answer is going to be a equals 9. Okay guys, got a challenge question for you here. So this one's a lot trickier, there's multiple steps involved, but please pause the video and give it a go, see if you can get it right. Alright, let's try to work out this problem. First of all, I suggest you put brackets around the top of this fraction as a reminder not to touch anything. So, following SADMIB, the next thing we're going to do is take 2 from both sides. Now, I'm not going to show you these steps, we're just going to work our way ahead. So take 2 from both sides. This will give you -7 on the right. The next thing to get rid of is to times both sides by -3. So -7 times -3 is going to be +21. And I've decided to get rid of the brackets now because they're no longer needed. So 11b take 12 is 21, so I have to add 12 to both sides to simplify this. So -11b equals 33, so now I divide both sides by -11, and we'll get our answer of b equals -3. So that was a hard question, a lot involved, okay, multiple steps, but it is doable just by following SADMIB and remembering those brackets around the top. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions at all, please let me know in the comments below. Apart from that, hope you have an awesome day.